Hey Anita, Stuart and Renee, thank you so much for taking my calls today. So my name's Lisa. I have my own agency called Lead Lords Digital Marketing, and I like to make these search engine optimization tips and trick videos for small business in Australia, basically just to help you guys out. Some businesses have the time and will implement everything that I share with you today themselves, which is wonderful. I'm just here to serve and to help, and others will see that the work involved they do not have time for, all the expertise in, and so they'll reach out for me to help them. So either way, I am happy. And so I wanted to firstly congratulate you on a beautiful website. I can really see that you have put a lot of time and effort into it, and it is ranking really well in some keywords on Google. So firstly, it's got beautiful imagery, it flows really nicely. You have your contact phone number on the home page. In one of the slides, I can click to call as well, which is wonderful. I scroll down, you're looking for some work, which is needed. You've got some more great images and information about what you do, your number of projects, building your authority, which is great, additional services, and it looks really beautiful. Lots of images here showing off your wonderful work, and then your contact details again at the bottom. So I'm going to talk about 3 key points that Google looks for when they're ranking your website and showing your website to potential customers. So the first point is content. Now, content is what Google uses to determine whether you are a quality service provider for your niche, if they see you as an authority, as a professional, and also how Google can find keywords about your service so that it can rank you within those keywords online. So when I took all the content from your page and put it into my word counter, you came up with 561 words on your website. Now, Google loves to see 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage to help it see that you really know what you're talking about and you're an authority in your niche. So if you can add some more sections to this homepage with more information about the services you provide, why people should choose you, maybe thinking about common questions that you get called and asked about, I can see that you have a frequently asked questions section. So you could actually pull just some of the information you have in that section and put it onto your homepage. That will help improve the amount of words and keywords that are coming up for you. Now, when I look at your website in my SEO sort of checker program, now this is a paid program, but there are some free ones out there that you could find and use yourself. I can see that you have, a great amount of keywords. 526 keywords are getting picked up from your website, which is fantastic. You have 126 backlinks and 84 referring domains, and I'll talk about those a little bit in a sec. And when I go into your keywords, I can see that you're doing really well. You're coming up in the number 1 position for Ipswich cabinet makers and cabinet makers Ipswich, number 1. You're even coming up in kitchen bench with stools, number 1. So there's some areas, walk-in robe cabinets, you're in the number 1 position, which is awesome. Well done. But then if I drop the word cabinet when I was searching myself and I just searched like kitchens Ipswich, kitchen renovations, or new kitchens as I've searched here, that's when you start to sort of drop off. I can't really see you on that first page. And I wanted to give you some sort of tips on how you could improve that. So firstly, when I hover over here, this is says kitchen cabinets Ipswich, everything cabinets. A little tip, I would actually just remove cabinets from kitchen cabinets Ipswich and either have simply kitchens Ipswich, sorry, excuse my voice, or kitchen renovations Ipswich, because cabinets is already in your business name and you're ranking really highly for that. You could drop that cabinets there, and that will help bring you up in a few more of the kitchen searches or help towards it. Another tip I have is when I go to save, like you have so many beautiful images here, but when I go to see what you've saved the files as, they're simply saved as image 0068. And you're missing out on a prime opportunity to increase the amount of keywords you're coming up for. So you could save this image as wardrobes Ipswich. You could save the kitchen ones as kitchen renovations Ipswich, and all the different keywords that you would like to rank higher in, you can have embedded in these images, and they'll really help to boost you in Google when it next crawls your website for ranking. So there's some few tips for content. Now, the second thing that Google looks for is backlinks. Now, not all backlinks are created equal. If I go back to your overview, you can see that you had, it's a bit slow, I'm sorry, it was like 100 and something backlinks. I'll go to your competitor because it's already up. When I search kitchen renovations or new kitchens, Ipswich, anything like that, Align Kitchens, other people who are coming up first, not only in this section called the map pack, but also in the organic search. So I've used them to compare your website to, just to give you an idea of some things you could improve on and where you could get to if you were in a similar position as them. So firstly, they've got 188 backlinks compared to your 126. So they have a little bit more than you. If you wanted to outdo them, you would want to get like 20, 30, 40, 50 more than them. And I can give you an example of some of the places that they're getting backlinks from and which you don't have. So firstly, I go to sort it by domain rating, because the higher the domain rating, the more authority Google sees that page, and that backlink is sort of rated higher for you. So it's all about relevance and quality for Google. So if you had something like Domino's Pizzas saying, thanks for sponsoring us, then Google isn't going to see that as a good quality backlink, because you're not a pizza company, you have nothing to do with pizzas. But then if they see something like High Pages, which is a directory with all different trade businesses, it has a very high domain rating. And so I would get your business listed on there, as well as like Yellow Pages, White Pages, Pink Pages, and as many business directories that your local area has as well. Search local, any kitchen specific ones. So these guys have linkcenter.com.au. It has a really high domain rating. Business listings, Upscale Living Magazine, things like this are going to help boost your website. Now I'm just going to go back, and I wanted to show you your website is getting 144 organic traffic, on average every month. And Align Kitchens, we're getting, it's gone slow again, they're getting like 800 and something, 858 organic traffic every month. So they also have slightly more keywords than you, 687. And you can see what a difference that makes to their traffic when their overall domain rating is increasing. And I can tell by looking that they have either someone working on their SEO or someone in their business knows search engine optimization really well, and they've been working really hard to improve that. But when I did check their word count on their homepage, just to go back to content, they only had 700 and something words on their content. So it wouldn't take much to improve your website to the point where it was ranking in a similar space to them. So that's backlinks. And the third thing falls into citations. So citations is directory listings online, and it's basically any directory website that has your exact business name, address, and phone number matching your website, and that falls under the section of referring domains. So that one's pretty self-explanatory. It's just trying to get as many, because Google's all about popularity contest, how many websites are pointing to your business, so Google can tell if your business is of quality enough to refer to its customers that are searching for you. I did want to give another tip. Because you have an address that is slightly out of Ipswich, that is affecting how you come up in this map pack search. So another tip that I could give you is, if you had, whether it's, you yourself, a home address, or a staff member or a family member that lived in the Ipswich area, that you could add a second address that was like maybe an office. You can hide the street exactly, but adding another location that was directly in Ipswich would improve where you come up in Ipswich searches, because if most people are searching Ipswich for your region and you're slightly outside of Ipswich, Google's always going to put an Ipswich address higher than you. So that's another little tip, if it's an option for you, where you can add another location. You could set it as an office, not open to the public, but having it on there for Google to find would improve your you coming up in this section of the searches, which do receive 30% of clicks when people come to that first page of Google and make a search. And then this first position actually gets another 30% of clicks going to the very first organic listing. So there's a lot of clicks that can be had, and you can see that in the results here in the organic traffic, 858 compared to your 144. Okay, well, that's all I have for you today, Anita. Yeah, I hope that this was helpful for you. I do this purely to serve and to educate. And if you have any questions or anything I can help you with, I'm more than happy to book in a deep dive, or we can go even deeper into your online marketing and what your goals are, and to see how I can serve you. I look forward to hearing from you, and have a wonderful afternoon.